right, hello wine-drinking people, and back from my trip to Washington State. Man, it's 2 feet on the ground running with 3 events this week, out pretty much every night since I've been back. We got a cooking class at Cafe Max. We've got a killer Syrah tasting tonight here at the store. We still may have a few seats left for this. Can't believe it with the amazing lineup that we've had. Hey, that is my mission in life, to drink the world's greatest wines. And that's what we've got here in front of you. Etude Winery. You know, one of my friends, when asked, one of my good friends, Jimmy Mansback, when asked, what are your favorite wines to drink? He said, I like to drink the wines that my friends make. And the great Tony Soter founded Etude Winery in 1982. And, well, a lot of people used to tell me that I looked like Tony Soter when I first started my career in the restaurant industry at Cafe Max, and that's when we met in the early 1990s. He was one of the rising stars of the Napa Valley, and he worked for great wineries the whole time, pretty much. 1975, when he started his career, he was at Stag's Leap Winery. They were bottling the 73, which won the Paris tasting of 76 at that time. So, you know, he had his hands in some great wines from day one. He went on then to work at Schaefer, Ritchie Creek Winery, Cane Cellars, Farniente, Sequoia Grove, William Hill, Spotswood for the very first vintage, 1982, and Murata Estate in Los Angeles, Nebom Coppola, Arajo. One time he and was one of the most sought-after consultants in all of Napa Valley. Dalaval, another property that he worked with. The great Mia Klein is there now, one of his disciples, and Tony has decided to slow things down. In 2001, he sold the Etude label. He still consulted for a couple of years. I don't know if he's still involved with Etude. The gentleman that's there now is John Priest, and Francie Ashton is the viticulturist. One of the most important things about making great wine, you really have to, you know, pay a lot of attention to the vineyards. One of the reasons they mention the viticulturists on their website, but they also still mention Tony. So the great Tony Soter may still have his hands in Etude here, but you know, we don't do an Etude offering without offering Tony's wines from Oregon, of course. The Mineral Springs 2008, outstanding, as is all of his other wines which are on this offering. But today we are here to talk about the Cabernet Sauvignon Napa Front Etude. This 2006 vintage, an outstanding year in Napa. 2006 was a little tannic. The wines maybe didn't get the press as 2005 or 2007, but starting to mellow out a little bit. You can see this wine still on the first day has some pretty harsh tannins, a little bit bitter on the finish, but the second day really smoothing out nicely. This guy's got some lovely dark cherry and currant berry fruit on the nose with notes of espresso, dark mocha, a good amount of kind of damp, dark earth as well. Maybe not a classic Etude Cabernet, but really good. The tannins, as I mentioned, really starting to mellow out in this wine, showing definitely softer on the second day. To me, that is the sign of a wine that's well made. This wine got 82 points from the Wine Spectator, and you know, I love it when a wine that I like gets a low score like that, because you know what? This wine's $85 to $100 everywhere you can find it in the country. You can cut that in half on this offer. $49. We have the best price on 2006 Etude Cabernet in the country. Check it out on this offer, along with everything else available from Etude Winery and our good friend Tony Soter. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off from the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.